Hi there, it's Nicole here today with a card featuring the Honeybee Stamps Blah Bunny and Blah 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 Greetings. This is a fun stamp set for some of those cards where maybe you want kind of a funny sentiment, a very blah kind of sentiment. This Blah 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 stamp set is incredible with all kinds of I hate it when this happens, I forgot your birthday, it's going to be okay, more coffee please, I'm sorry, stay strong, things like that, which are really awesome. I die cut a rectangle using the Honeybee Stamps A2 double stitched frame, the largest frame from this die set, and I'm masking off the outer edge. This is immediately going to give a little bit of a border to the background panel. Then I am taping in place the Sunburst layering stencil with the largest openings. There's actually several in this stencil collection from Honeybee Stamps, but I wanted to use the largest openings to get the largest sun rays. And I'm going to create a rainbow sun ray background using Distress inks. I'm concentrating that ink towards the center of the sun and then lightening it as I get out further from the edge. So I'm masking off with a little post-it tape. I'm going to switch my post-it tape often because as it gets inky, it tends to roll up. I don't want to cross-contaminate colors and things like that. So about 2 rays is all I'm going to get per post-it tape, and that is okay. I feel like I don't want the project to get ruined. So if you have to use more masking tape, you have to use more masking tape. Here's another good example of darker towards the center, lighter as you go out. Some of the shorter rays, they are not really going to have that ombre effect quite as much as the longer, larger rays, and that's okay as well. The colors I'm using are Picked Raspberry, Candied Apple, Spiced Marmalade. This is a little squeezed lemonade. We're going to move on to greens next. Just love the sun rays stencils. I'm masking off the center tube. I'm going to ink it up at the end. Next, a little Twisted Citron is the first green color I'm going to use. Rainbow backgrounds are some of my very favorite. I think they are always eye-catching. Often, if I can't figure out exactly what I want to do for a background, I consider some sort of a rainbow background because they almost always work. I used Mowed Lawn there. Now I'm moving on to some blues. I'm going to use 3 shades of blue, starting with Tumbled Glass. I'll move on to Salty Ocean next. Just being careful to peel this up, lay down all my little post-it pieces. After Salty Ocean, I knew I had 3 rays left, and I really didn't want to do a start over. I didn't want 2 pink rays down near the bottom, so I felt like my best option was to add another blue ray and then 2 purple ones. So there's a little blueprint sketch. Shaded Lilac is next, which will be a nice light purple. And I'll finish off with Wilted Violet, which is my darker purple color. And that will finish off my sun rays. The center sun really is also a fantastic place to serve as somewhere to add a greeting or just kind of a center element on the design, even though it's kind of skewed off to the right in this landscape style card. Now this is where I decided I needed to ink up the sun, and I considered just inking it up, but I didn't want to accidentally pick up any of the other colors. So I did take post-it tape and masked off all of the sun rays all the way around. And using a combination of squeezed lemonade first, and then I'll go back in with a little spiced marmalade to add a tiny bit of depth and dimension to the center. And I didn't even ink it up with additional ink. I just used what was already on the foam applicator tool. That'll give a nice kind of two-tone effect to the center. I'll peel up all of those little Post-it tape pieces. And when I pull the stencil off, that's going to reveal this really awesome background. And there's what it's going to look like. I can remove the tape along the edges, and it's got this perfectly masked off border. Now all that's left is stamping and coloring the bunny images and adding some stamped greetings. I'm going to start with the greetings. I have those laid out. They're all from the Blah Bunny stamp set. The Blah 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 stamp set, pardon me. And these will work with the Blah Bunny stamp set or other stamp sets. I love this, and there are endless combinations you can use this in. I stamped part of the greeting, "I don't want to adult today, ... up at the top, and "I surrender" with an exclamation point down at the bottom using Simon Says Stamp black dye ink. I think that's kind of such a funny greeting, really cute and clever. Then the little rug or towel or whatever it is, kind of probably throwing in the towel there, for the bunny, and the little flag, I'm going to stamp with an ink for Copic coloring, in this case the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. I'm going to color in my images with some Copic markers. The colors I'm using for each thing are shown across the bottom of the screen. The bunny is going to be in some nice neutral tones, E40, 43, 44, and a little E47. I think that's just for the nose. And then R00 for the insides of the bunny ears. Pink those up just a little bit. I will work these colors together until I get a nice combination and the shading just right. R00 for the pads of the bunny's feet as well. And just blend and blend. I want the darkest area of the bunny to be along the bottom edge where it will be shadowed the most because he's laying on the floor. I really think this stamp set is cute and clever because there's not a lot of stamp sets like this. Yet I think these are the kind of cards maybe that people need the most. Some sort of an encouragement, or even the "I'm sorry" kinds, or just the "hang in there, you're doing great," those kind of cards. And I think encouragement cards are a fantastic thing you can send to anyone at any time. And the funny factor, the, make you smile, make you laugh factor of this stamp set and these greetings is just incredible. I could see creating lots of different cards with these two stamp sets. Now, I went over this bunny several times, really working those colors, trying to get it exactly the way I wanted. So super cute. The little blanket or rug, whatever you want to call it, is going to have a purplish border and then a nice light blue on the inside. I think these colors complement one another really well, look nice together. Couple of my favorite color combinations. The dark colors are B66 and B69. The inside colors are a combination. The B14 I used, and really it's only along the outside edges, and I think if I had to do it again I would have skipped that and just used B000, 00, and 02, but it really ended up looking great. I used a craft knife to cut a little slit there so I could put the white flag into the bunny's hand. I'm going to run all of these through a Xyron sticker maker. The colors on the flag, because I wanted it to appear to be a white flag, are just some cool grays in Cool Gray 4, 00, and 2. Have the bunny laying right there. Now, to make the eyes really pop, I used a black glaze pen. And once that black pen is completely dry, I will go back with a white opaque pen and add the little highlights to the eyes. But I like to make sure that it's really good and dry, otherwise it doesn't look great. And then these two sequin mixes are from Honeybee Stamps. The blue and gray or blue silver gray, whatever you want to call it, is the Cloudy Sky mix. And the yellow mix is Sunny Day. And what I love about their sequin collections is there's these little jewels. I don't know what else to call them. I think they are just little rhinestone jewels, and they fit the center of the sequins so well. I like to put a little bit of glossy accents in the center of the sequin and then add those little jewels to the center. They're just so pretty and add a beautiful finishing touch. I think it would even be fun to take coordinating colors of sequins to all of the rays if you wanted to. I just added a couple of scattering here up in the left corner and then the bottom right. Once I'm done with this, I'll add it to a white side fold card base, and my card is all finished. Thanks for joining me today for this Honeybee Stamps card featuring the Blah Bunny and Blah 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 stamp sets. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Honeybee stamps that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.